guys, welcome back. If you have seen my recent YouTube shorts, in one of that I have participated in Vivek Utsav competition held at Bhadroka College. Well, after I went there, I realized the competition was so tough, but my part, my speech, everything was great. My only drawback was I keep moving here and there while speaking or giving that speech, giving my elocution competition. That was the only drawback. Now I have to focus more on that. I have to make sure that I don't repeat it again. And also, I would like to share my thoughts on Swami Vivekananda's thought, which says, if India dies, will the world lose its spiritual soul? On camera with you guys, because even I don't want to forget that amazing speech or amazing thoughts that I have put on a paper, and now I would like to speak with you guys. I would like to share it with you guys. So yeah, let's get started. Protected by the Himalayas, nourished by ancient rivers, surrounded by vast oceans, India grew not only as a nation but as a civilization. Now, coming to spirituality, spirituality is not a superstition. Spirituality is not a blind belief. Spirituality is not something that we inherit like an ancient property. It is consciousness of our values, inner awareness, and peace. So it's a framework of values. And these values are so deeply rooted in our Indian civilization that we can think of India as an abbreviation to spirituality, where I stands for inner awareness, N stands for non-violence, D for dharma, I for inclusiveness, and A for acceptance. These values are present in other countries also, but nowhere else they have shaped an entire civilization like they have done in India. So from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from churches to mosques, temples to gurudwaras, Hindi to Sanskrit, Tamil to Telugu, India teaches the world how to live together. And hence India is also considered as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is, the whole world is considered as one family. It is also mentioned in our ancient scripts like Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana that in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna gets confused in the middle of the battlefield, because when he looks at his surroundings, he doesn't see his enemies, but he sees his friends, family, his loved ones. But then Krishna teaches him Karma Yoga that Arjuna, you need to fight with responsibility, not with hatredness, selfishness, or greed. So we can say in Indian spirituality, even a battlefield is turned into a classroom of spirituality. And hence Bhagavad Gita is taught today in universities like Oxford, Harvard, Stanford, not as a religion but as a philosophy. So we can say Indian spirituality is not vanishing, it's globalizing. Now coming to Ramayana, Rama fights with Ravana only to restore dharma, not for power. But at the end, again, Rama offers Ravana a respectful cremation because he knew that Ravana was a great warrior, and also tells Lakshmana to go seek some valuable lessons from Ravana while he was in his deathbed. And then Ravana tells him 3 lessons. Never delay good deeds, never underestimate your enemy, and never share your secret with anyone. These values are even taught to us today. So we can say that in Indian spirituality, even an enemy is treated with dignity and respect. Now coming to young warrior Abhimanyu, he knew that he might not survive the war, but still he enters the war with courage, not cruelty. Our Indian spirituality is not just locked in Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Even in the today's world of conflict, disagreement, anxiety, we can see Indian spirituality. భారతదేశం పాకిస్తాన్తో భద్రత గురించి మాట్లాడుతుంది, కానీ మానవత్వాన్ని వీడలేదు. భారతదేశం బంగ్లాదేశ్తో తన పంచుకున్న చరిత్రను గుర్తుంచుకుంటుంది, ఆధిపత్యం కాదు సహకారాన్ని ఎంచుకుంటుంది. భారతదేశం అమెరికాతో అభివృద్ధి చెందడంలో భాగంగా అయినప్పటికీ తన స్వతంత్ర ఆలోచనను వీడదు. భారతదేశం రష్యాతో స్నేహాన్ని సమతుల్యంగా ఉంచుతుంది, కానీ తన నైతిక విలువలను మరవదు. So we can say India's spirituality is still guiding the modern world. It gave India the foundational knowledge, not just India, it gave the whole world the foundational knowledge, because it gave the world zero. Astronomy by Aryabhatta, decimal system, Ayurveda, which is now considered the holistic healthcare worldwide. So we can say India did not produce blind believers but actual thinkers. Well, in today's world of emotional burnout, overthinking, artificial intelligence, the whole world is looking back at India's ancient wisdom. So hence Yoga Day is now celebrated worldwide. Meditation apps are billion-dollar industries, and Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana are taught in many Western universities. So we can say Indian spirituality is never outdated, it's globalizing. At the end, I can say that if India breathes, the world learns to live. ఏ దేశమెగినా ఎందు కాలడినా ఏ పీఠమెక్కినా ఎవరేమనినా పొగడరా నీ తల్లి భూమి భారతిని నిలపరా నీ జాతి నిండు గౌరవం. Thank you. So this was my elocution speech for Vivek Utsav. So please let me know how it was and how my thoughts are on Indian spirituality. So I know that everything went well, but the only thing was the competition was tough. Everyone gave their best, but that made me realize only one thing, that I have to keep growing. I have to do much and more hard work because there are many people who are already ahead of us. So, yes, that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you all with another video very soon. Till then, goodbye.